All right, if you're a loan broker and you're still grinding it out the old school way, listen up. This is your wake-up call. We're about to dive into how a new set of tools is creating a massive gap in the industry, and frankly, giving some brokers a truly unfair advantage. Let's get into what that looks like. Okay, let's just start with the big, bold truth, shall we? The entire game of chasing leads, of dialing down lists, and just praying for a response, it's over. It's slow, it's draining, and honestly, there is a much, much smarter way to do this. So just look at this comparison. On the left, you've got the old way. We've all been there, right? Hours and hours of manual tasks, using scripts that everybody just tunes out, and that inevitable burnout from the daily grind. But on the right, that's the AI-powered way. We're talking about automation, about personalization that actually works, and about building a system that hustles for you, even when you're not. See, here's the thing. Your competition isn't just the other brokers down the street anymore. Nope. You're actually competing against speed itself. You're up against systems that can send 1,000 personalized emails in the time it takes you to make one single phone call. It's a whole new battlefield out there. And on this new battlefield, a new type of broker is just quietly taking over. I promise you, they're not working more hours or making more calls. They're working smarter by plugging into AI, and they are absolutely dominating the market because of it. Now look, this isn't just a theory. The hard data backs it all up. A staggering 72% of top-performing brokers already using AI in their day-to-day. Their outreach gets 2 to 3 times more replies, and maybe the most important part, the market, your clients, they're starting to expect this kind of tech. And let's talk about the one resource you can never, ever get back: time. Brokers who are using these tools are reporting saving over 10 hours a week. Just think about that for a second. That is more than a full workday reclaimed from tedious prospecting and follow-ups. What would you do with an extra day every single week? But it's not just about saving time, it's about getting way better results. By using AI to write outreach that's actually personalized, brokers are seeing 2 to 3 times higher reply rates. And you know what that means? More conversations, more qualified leads, and yeah, ultimately, more deals closed. So how do you get these results? Well, it all starts by arming yourself with the right AI toolkit. You can think of this as the modern arsenal for today's broker. Your toolkit really comes down to 3 core parts. First up, you've got ChatGPT, which is basically your tireless 24/7 writing assistant. Second, you have automation platforms, things like HubSpot or Go High Level to run your campaigns. And third, you need analytics to track what's working so you can optimize and just do more of that. Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's get tactical. The real magic comes from knowing exactly what to ask the AI to do. So how do we turn these tools into a client-getting machine? And the process, believe it or not, is incredibly simple. You just give the AI a clear instruction, we call that a prompt, and you get powerful outreach copy back out. For example, you can literally copy and paste prompts asking ChatGPT for a short LinkedIn message that sparks curiosity, or maybe a cold email that feels personal, not pushy. And the same thing goes for handling objections. Instead of getting stuck or fumbling for the right words, you can prompt ChatGPT to act like your 24/7 sales coach. It can draft the absolute perfect response for when a client is shopping around, or a gentle, value-driven reply for someone who says they're not ready just yet. So let's put it all together. What does this actually mean for your bottom line? Let's just break this down. The old way is a 25-hour-a-week grind with totally unpredictable revenue. But look at the AI-powered way. You're saving almost 20 hours a week. And even more importantly, you're building a predictable revenue stream, all for a pretty minimal investment in the tools. When you do the math, the return on investment is just staggering. We're talking a 10 to 40 times return. This really reframes AI, right? It's not a cost. It is the single highest leverage investment a modern loan broker can make in their business, period. But look, just having the tools is only half the battle. To really get ahead, you have to use them correctly. So let's talk about the common mistakes that can totally sabotage your efforts before you even get off the ground. The first and biggest pitfall: sounding like a robot. We've all received those stiff, generic, AI-generated messages. You can spot them a mile away. They get ignored, they get deleted, and they absolutely kill any chance of building a real connection. The fix, though, is incredibly powerful. You don't just use the AI, you have to train it. Here's a pro tip. Find your top 3 highest converting emails, the ones that got the absolute best responses. Feed them to ChatGPT and use this prompt. Mimic this tone. Suddenly, the AI sounds just like you on your very best day, but it's way faster and scalable. Okay, the second major pitfall is falling in love with the automation and completely forgetting the human element. You have to remember, people don't buy from bots, they buy from people they know, like, and trust. So here's the winning strategy. You use AI as your assistant, not your replacement. Let it handle all the initial outreach and follow-up to get conversations started at scale. Then, you step in. You provide the human touch, you build the real trust, and you're the one who closes the deal. Okay, so we've covered the tools, the prompts, and the strategy. Now let's pull all of this together into an actionable plan you can actually use to get results in the next 30 days. Here is your 30-day roadmap. Week 1 is all about setup. Get your tools ready and prime your prompts. In Week 2, you launch your first AI-driven campaigns. Week 3, you build out the automated follow-up sequences that are going to save you so much time. And finally, Week 4, you look at the data, you see what's working, and you scale it. It's a clear, repeatable system for growth. I want to leave you with this one final crucial thought. The choice you're facing today, it's not between using automation or relying on human touch. The real choice is between embracing automation and facing obsolescence. The game has already changed. The only question left is, are you ready to adapt and win?